Welcome to California Life. I'm your host, Heather Dawson, and it's always a pleasure showing you the best of California every week on our show. Well, you don't have to be a celebrity to live like one. California Life's Audra Stafford shows us why.
The residences at W Hollywood are located just blocks away from some of Hollywood's most iconic landmarks, so it's only fitting that those who live here would get the A-list treatment. The residences at W Hollywood offer high-rise living in high style.
If I had to choose just one word to describe our penthouse suites, it would be wow.
Take a look around and you'll see why. Polyform, Barclay Butera, eConnect Group, and Cantoni are just a few of the innovative designers who have made their mark on these over-the-top showplaces. But the residences offer a broad range of floor plans with prices to match.
Our residences run anywhere from the 400,000s to $3.5 million. So, really we sort of have a little bit of everything for everybody.
In addition to the homes themselves, residents enjoy a number of amenities, like this incredible rooftop space complete with a pool, party decks, and even a dog park.
Our dogs have better views than most people, 360-degree views of all of LA. It's fantastic space.
Then, of course, there's the 24-hour concierge.
So you could be up at the roof deck at 2 in the morning and crave some French fries and chicken fingers. All you have to do is text the concierge. They'll take it from there. The next thing you know, room service is delivering it on a silver platter to the side of the hot tub.
And the Acura car service will deliver you anywhere you want to go within 5 miles.
That's a great amenity that a lot of people take advantage of when they're getting to dinner, to a special event, and they want to arrive in style.
The W's location at the corner of Hollywood and Vine means many hotspots are within walking distance.
You've got theater, as in the Pantages. You've got great restaurants, great bars, great retail and shopping.
And if you feel like staying home, you can go to the hotel side.
Residents can go to the hotel side, utilize the Dre's pool, go to Dre's, go to the Delphine, and utilize all of those facilities, including the Bliss Spa.
Or watch a movie in the residence's private screening room.
With the full-service staff and the rooftop deck and the theater, it's a fun, easy, kind of self-contained place to live.
Bringing you the best of California from Hollywood, I'm Audra Stafford for California Life.
It's being called the latest super age eraser. California Life's Holly Kmeyer shows us how it works.
You worship the sun in your teens and 20s and spent summers laying out in your backyard armed with baby oil for a deeper tan. So now your skin is paying the price and you're seeing fine lines, wrinkles, and slack skin mapping across your face. But if you're toying with the idea of a surgical facelift, know that you don't have to go under the knife. Evolastin, an aesthetic procedure, delivers similar dramatic facelift-like results without the surgery. Dr. Newman of Premier Plastic Surgery in Palo Alto is a pioneer in the field, having trained most of the physicians who currently perform this treatment today.
Evolastin is a procedure which utilizes radiofrequency energy at a very specific level in the tissues of one's face to produce a three-dimensional rejuvenation of not only collagen but elastin fibers as well as hyaluronic acid. We are creating a new volume in the skin, a new improved quality of the skin.
And he does it without invasive surgery. No more scalpel, no more stitches. Evolastin uses tiny needle pricks to erase the years. Hollywood celebs get paid to be on the cutting edge when it comes to beauty. Stars like Jennifer Aniston and J-Lo always look their best. But these days, the rest of us don't have to be left out. Connie Larios wanted to be one of the first to give it a try.
Once I hear about something, I want to be the first one to do it. I want to be the first one to try it. I want to be the first one to talk about it.
So what is she looking to change?
I can see little signs of aging that I would like to have. Like if you could take a needle and just puff up the skin, that's what I'm looking for, just to kind of make it look a little more natural and perfect.
Dr. Newman makes dozens of microscopic incisions about 3 millimeters below the surface. Then he delivers bipolar radio frequency energy deep into the dermis. This stimulates the natural production of collagen, elastin, and hyaluronic acid as the skin heals. The results? Plumper, more youthful skin.
The results of this type of stimulation does last for a couple of years. I've been doing it for 2.5 years, and I can tell you that patients, when they come in to see me a year later, still look very good.
Researchers confirmed they saw continual improvements in the skin's textural, tone, or elasticity for up to 18 months post-procedure. Unlike the typical nip and tuck facelift, only a single 1-hour-long treatment is required for great results.
Patients will typically have some swelling, maybe a little bit of bruising, and recover over the course of a weekend. The most significant part of the elastin recovery continues underneath the patient's skin without any downtime. The stimulus of the energy that the elastin produces works on the patient's own skin, and so it's more of a natural regeneration that occurs over 3 to 4 months.
Evolastin is performed under local anesthesia. The cost? About $3,000. Results show within 8 weeks and continue to improve for up to 6 months. Reporting in Palo Alto, I'm Holly Kmeyer for California Life.
One in every 3 cancers diagnosed is skin cancer. Melanoma is one of the most dangerous forms of skin cancer. Research shows that over 50% of melanomas are discovered by the person themselves or their relatives. Early detection of skin cancer is very important for successful treatment and high survival rates. Spotting a change in the appearance of your skin and moles can be challenging without using photos, especially if you have a lot of moles. Taking photos is recommended by leading cancer organizations to help spot changes. With the My Skin app, you can easily locate, capture, and compare your moles over time, and be reminded to follow up. Look for changes to existing moles. Any changes can be a concern, but in particular, look out for increasing size, changing shape, developing new colors, bleeding, becoming painful, crusty, red around the edges, or itchy. Comparing photos in the My Skin app is a practical way of identifying if the appearance of a mole is changing. 70% of melanoma cases in adults are not associated with an existing mole, but form as a new mark on the skin. My Skin's skin mapping feature helps to identify new moles and marks on large skin areas. My Skin also reminds you to take more photos to build up a record over time. It's very important not to delay. Tell your family doctor about any changes to a mole or patch of skin, or a new mark on adult skin. Early detection is important for successful treatment. Download the My Skin app today from the App Store or Google Play and start tracking your skin and moles appearance today.
75 years ago.
It was hard that my parents, well, it was during Depression time. So it was a hard time and they needed, to make money and to eat. People always say, well, where did you get the name Pink? Well, that is our name, Pink.
And then 1946, they built the hot dog stand. So it's very rare in LA to find something this authentic and this, old, if you will, and real.
It's become iconic.
And you do have some amazing star stories.
Dean Martin. We have, Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis. And Jerry Lewis came here for lunch. He just happened to stop in. Bill Cosby will be here for lunch. We'll just come in and there's Bill Cosby with some friends having lunch.
So there's over 250 photos here on the wall. All of these celebrities have been here. But in addition, we also cater at the various studios because it's Hollywood. We catered Bewitched and Nicole Kidman and Will Ferrell all were dining on our hot dogs and they just loved it. But the dog that we're most famous for really is our chili cheese dog. That's the signature dog that brings everybody back because when you bite into it, there's a snap.
Did I hear my name?
You did.
No, I'm so glad you're here because we have something for you.
Oh my God. Thank you. Oh, I love
And your very own Pink's hot dog first.
I love that. I can sneak a hot dog into the Emmys this year.
Absolutely.
Great. Well,
that was really fun. I hope you come down to Pink's if you're in Hollywood, and don't forget to watch 50 Years of Bewitched on Antenna TV, and we will see you next time. This is Jill Garneski, the voice of 40 Plus, and remember, the best is yet to be.
Though confirmed cases of the coronavirus continues increasing, hair salons, nail salons, gyms, and more are now open in California as part of Governor Gavin Newsom's Stage 3 plan. However, California's retail traffic remains 78% lower than that of last year's. Here's John Kelly, CEO of ZenReach, a company that helps businesses track both online and offline customers. Kelly provides tips for business during a pandemic and explanations for decreased retail.
ZenReach is a company that's designed to bridge the gap between the online and the offline world for the success of our merchants. And the way we do this is by putting a software layer that sits on top of the local Wi-Fi.
This local Wi-Fi is in our daily lives, like the Starbucks free guest Wi-Fi.
That enables us to collect a little bit of information about the consumer, map that to their device, and now we've got capabilities of marketing the consumer on behalf of the merchant.
So how bad is America's retail traffic amidst COVID-19?
What we've seen is dramatic decreases in retail foot traffic, up to 75% decreases at one point in May, nationwide.
Retail traffic is slowly increasing again, but there's no room for reassurance in California.
The U.S. is just about 50% of its historical average today. That's great for, to see the economy start to come back, but that doesn't paint the full picture. California is a good several percentage points lower than that. People aren't traveling as much, and California happens to be the #1 tourist destination of any state in the country. 2 is supply chain.
ZenReach's data shows that retail traffic will hit the high shopping levels of last year by September 9th.
As counterintuitive as it sounds, advertising is the thing you actually want to do during this time frame. You want to engage your consumers.
And what all online and offline businesses should remember, mid-pandemic or not,
it is a false premise to assume because you're getting a lot of clicks or likes that you're actually getting a lot of traffic. We see the exact opposite in many cases.
ZenReach is and will be here, providing webinars, a special COVID page on its website, and more.
Never let a good crisis go to waste. Look at your expenses, to look at everything you're doing to see, is it the right thing?
Jenny Ha, California Life HD.
Filling out the census form takes just a few minutes, but the impact of that simple act will last for a decade.
It gives us the numbers we need to know where resources should go. So we know in California that for every person who is counted in census, that's equivalent to $1,000 a year that California receives for things like schools and parks and freeways and hospitals.
There's still time to fill out your census form. You can do it by mail, online, or by phone. The deadline to do so is September 30th.
Starting on August 11th, there will be census workers knocking on people's doors to reach those who haven't filled their census data out yet. And those door walkers will be doing practicing social distancing. So you'll see folks out there wearing the masks. They'll have the 6 feet of distance.
To fill out the form online, visit my2020census.gov.
Blue chip is a term reserved for the best of the best. Whether the topic is real estate, stocks, or in this case, collector car automobiles, everyone desires a blue chip. If you'd like to see firsthand qualities of a blue chip collector car, then you won't want to miss this episode of the Speed Journal. We're at Bonham's Quail Lodge Auction in beautiful Carmel, California. It's my pleasure to introduce you to Michael Caimano. Michael, how are you?
Great, how are you?
All right, great, nice to see you.
Thanks for coming by.
You're with Bonham's Auction, and you're going to present a beautiful McLaren F1 to us.
I am graced with the opportunity to do so.
Yes.
It's a 1995 McLaren F1. It's being presented by the original owner. He flew over to the UK and took factory delivery of the car, at which point he went on a tour of Europe, which accounts for almost half of the mileage that's on the car today.
Interesting.
Yeah, he describes it as the trip of a lifetime, as you can imagine. Today the car has just over 9,000 miles on it. Again, half of those were within the first few weeks there. And since then, it's been kept on the East Coast and religiously maintained at McLaren. We have all of the service history for the car.
Now, you had an opportunity to actually drive this car at Lime Rock?
We did. So part of the promotion of the car, we took it down to Lime Rock and created a video just because something so special and unique, such as this car, most people don't get to see it in action. You just see static photos of it most of the time in a studio somewhere.
Right.
So we thought it would be a great opportunity to let the car do what it's supposed to and bring it out to the track and get some good audio and visual experience with it. So when the car came out, it was the fastest naturally aspirated car to ever be produced. It would do 240 miles an hour. And what's interesting is even today, all these years later, it still holds the record as the fastest naturally aspirated car. Nothing has surpassed it. And from the makes of new cars today with all the turbocharging technology, doesn't seem like any car will go in that direction again. So probably a title that this will hold on to. Everything is about weight, aerodynamics, and power. It holds true to the ultimate driving machine.
Are there any rumors as far as value or what a car like this might sell for?
So, it's very difficult to put a value on a car such as this. A McLaren F1 with this pedigree and history has never publicly been offered before. So it's difficult to say, but we certainly hope and expect it to exceed the previous record of 13,750 for sure.
I'm sure you'll be on pins and needles when that's on the blog.
It will be very exciting. It's not often that we get to offer or that the market has the opportunity to purchase a car with this kind of history and provenance and collectability. It's what a lot of people consider a blue chip car. It kind of checks off all the right boxes.
Michael, share with us what you know about the Enzo.
Sure. So the Enzo is a spectacular car. It's part of the supercar lineage from Ferrari, beginning with the 288 GTO, followed by the F40, the F50, then we come to the Enzo, followed by the LaFerrari.
Right.
The Enzo, they only made 499 examples, production cars, and they did produce a 500th that was presented to the Pope, so quite a special car as well. But this car is very unique in that it is one of the few that was made in black. There's believed 12 black examples worldwide. It's either 4 or 6 of them are believed to be U.S. cars in the United States. And if you look at the car, it's got the stunning combination of the black exterior with the Koyo interior. There's only 2 in the world that way, this being one of them. And if you notice the condition of the car, it is one of the most pristine Enzos you'll ever see. So there might be examples that have lower mileage, but none that have been maintained to this level and this standard. It's always serviced at Ferrari for all of its major and minor things that are done to it. It's always brought to Ferrari. And the owner went so far as to, when he first purchased it, he wrapped, I'd say 90% of the car in clear bra to protect that factory original paint under there. And this is another car that can easily be considered a blue chip collectible just because it's limited production and it's a Ferrari supercar.
I expect there will be more than a few new delighted owners as these collectibles change hands this weekend. We'd like to thank Bonhams and their team of specialists for showcasing these fascinating cars, and we'd like to thank you for joining the Speed Journal.
That'll do it for this week's episode of California Live. Make sure you tune in again next week, and remember to follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and you can always watch us online at CaliforniaLiveHD.com. I'm Heather Dawson, your host. We'll see you next time.
Watch us on our YouTube channel. Stay connected to our social media, like our blogs on Facebook. Follow our tweets on Twitter and check out our posts on Instagram and Pinterest, where we bring you the best of California.